Move the chains.
EndZone YouTube, let's move the chains. I am extremely excited to take a first look and reaction of the UFL schedule. Before I get into it, I'd like to know your reactions. What is your favorite game just after this first look at the schedule, initial gut reaction heading into the season? I'm so excited. I really can't wait. Here's a look at the entire schedule. It's a master schedule that was released by the United Football League. So we'll go ahead and get into it. I just wanted to talk about some of my favorite games coming in to the UFL. And we're starting in with the opening weekend. This is a little bit of a cheat, but I mean, it's awesome. I cannot wait for this opening weekend. March 28th through 30th. You start off with the Friday night game at 7 p.m. Central Time, 8 p.m. Eastern Time on Fox between the Battlehawks and the Roughnecks. And initially, when you look at this, I put in matchups here because, well, every single team that's going to be favored, the top 4 teams really in the league, are all going playing at bottom 4 teams. So I'm excited to see if we get an upset because, when you look at these schedules and in these games in the preseason, you can kind of get a feeling for who are the best teams based off of last year. And Michigan, San Antonio, Birmingham, of course, and St. Louis, they're in the top half of the league, while literally Houston, Arlington, Memphis, and DC, they're in the bottom half of the league. So it's top half versus the bottom half. And the bottom half gets all their games at home, and they've also got so much to prove. So it's likely that we see an upset that shakes the expectations and reality of the league in week 1. That's why I'm really excited for opening weekend. Next up, AJ McCarron versus St. Louis. So he has talked so much about how he wants to play against St. Louis very badly. Obviously, we don't know where he's going to end up, but that revenge factor is certainly there. It also might not happen. He may end up not playing in the United Football League, but I really hope he gets signed to a team and can play against his former squad in the Battlehawks. It would be good storylines, marketing, TV, and just good fun for the United Football League. Here we go in week 2. Right off the bat, Michigan versus Birmingham. Birmingham going to Michigan, April 4th, 7 p.m. This is the second game of the entire season, and we're getting the 2 top teams in the USFL conference. And also, Michigan is a team that hasn't quite been able to knock off the Stallions quite yet in terms of these big games that mean the most. Of course, they weren't able to do it last season. So this is another revenge game for Michigan, and a Michigan team that I'm very high on coming into the season. If anybody has a chance to beat the Stallions, it's early in the year at home, Michigan. That's going to be a phenomenal one. And finally, this is the last game I have. Another week 2 game, San Antonio versus St. Louis, April 6th at 5:30 p.m. These are the 2 top XFL teams. So in the week 2 of the entire season, we're getting some phenomenal matchups back to back here. And the reason I chose this game as well is because if you don't know, San Antonio has 1 less home game because of scheduling issues with their stadium, and the Battlehawks will host San Antonio twice this season. So the Battlehawks have 6 home games, which is absolutely wild, making this game extremely important if you're San Antonio getting off to a hot start, and really for St. Louis taking advantage of that extra home game that nobody else in the league has. And San Antonio, if you mean business this year and you're really trying to win a championship, this is a game that you have to win. It's definitely one that I think Wade Phillips has circled on his schedule. So I'd love to know your opinions down below. As always, thanks for watching the EndZone. Make sure to like, subscribe, and comment so we can move the chains.